COVID-19 vaccinations help to protect you against getting COVID, but there could be some side effects. So today we're going to hear a story about one of those instances.
Providence, I would say, gave me a part of my life that I would never have back, and that's like my independence. So I really love this place. My name is Deja Cornelius, and I am here at Providence today to get my COVID vaccine, the first dose. I feel really safe getting the vaccine from Providence. I have a history of Providence, and I really trust them to give me something that's not going to hurt me. So that's really what made me go ahead as an African-American woman living in Alaska to go ahead and get the vaccine. Simple.
You want to hug it out now?
Yeah. I started volunteering with Providence in 2018, about 3 months after I got my vision back. I used to be blind. I had a disease called keratoconus, and my corneas ended up breaking. And once I found my doctor and they fixed me up, I applied to be a volunteer the very next day, and I've been down with Providence ever since then. So, yeah.
So side effects can occur. Some we expect to see at the arm region where you got that vaccination. So because of that arm prick, it's breaking the skin. So we can see some pain, some swelling and redness right where you got that vaccination. Other common side effects that we see happen throughout the body, and it shows us that your body is building up its natural immune defense. These are seen as fever, maybe body aches, some fatigue, just overall feeling like you have a little bit of a cold. We also see allergic reactions. These range from either being non-severe or severe. For the severe ones, we classify this as the life-threatening and the ones that happen immediately. The one that we see and watch for is anaphylaxis, so that's when you have the swelling of the throat. For those non-severe reactions, that's when you can have increased redness or swelling throughout the rest of your body. And sometimes it can be on your arms or your legs. And in this case, and with this story, it happened on the arm.
I got my first corona vaccine shot, the first dose, on January 20th. For 3 days, my arm was pretty sore, like right in this area. And after the 3 days, it was normal. I had no fever. I was great. It was no biggie. About 10 days after the vaccine, I noticed there was a huge red rash all across my entire arm. When I was doing my research, I saw a lot of it in like more of Caucasian people. I didn't see any photos of it appearing on African Americans and on dark people's skin. And so I didn't expect for my skin to be so red. I had the COVID rash for 8 days. My arm is back to normal. It's not red anymore. But during those 8 days that my arm was red, it was puffy, it was extremely uncomfortable. I was a little scared, I'm gonna be honest, because I didn't know like that what happened to my arm would like happen to my arm. I'm still gonna get the second vaccine because I'd rather have COVID arm than be on a ventilator. So I'm not gonna let that deter me from getting the vaccine. But I think that people should know what can happen to them or what your body may look like once you get the vaccine.
So in this story, Deja was experiencing COVID arm, and that's when we see increased redness and swelling on the arm, typically on the arm that was injected. We see this anywhere between days and up to a week after getting a COVID injection. When this occurs, it can look a little bit scary because it's a pronounced redness, but it's nothing to really worry about. The rash will disappear over time. And if this occurs, it is still okay to get your next vaccination if this occurs with your first dose. One key thing, if you are having this reaction, you can take an antihistamine for it. You can also take a pain reliever. We recommend either acetaminophen or you can take a naproxen or ibuprofen, whatever is your pain reliever of choice.
I got my second dose of the COVID vaccine 15 days ago, and I feel great. I feel very normal. I'm happy. I feel safe. I've been stuck in Alaska for a year, and it's time to go. I'm vaccinated now. I feel safer to go and travel a little bit. So I'm really excited to kind of get out of the cold. Like, I feel like a trendsetter. Like, I got it first because I wanted to do it for the community, and it's cool that the community is looking at me and they're like, well, I want to go do it too. So I feel really awesome that I was able to tell my story of getting this vaccine and convincing my friends to be safer too when they got it. So it feels pretty awesome. I feel like Beyonce.
If an adverse event occurs, the vaccination provider will put that into a national reporting system. This reporting system is called the Vaccination Adverse Event Reporting System, or VAERS. The vaccination provider will get the information from the patient and input this in. This includes any of the symptoms that they saw, the information about the vaccine that they received, and the time in which the adverse events were seen. The CDC and the FDA monitor this site, and when they start to see increased incidences, they can do several actions. One, they can pause the administration of the vaccines to get further information and to study those adverse events more. They can also issue additional guidance of what needs to occur when that individual is getting a vaccine or who should be eligible for it. And they also give guidance on how to treat those adverse events.